Hi, Scorpio. This is your May monthly for love. Before I begin, I just want to kind of advertise a little promo I'm doing. My summer appears so far to be a little lighter. So starting May 1st, the first 10 people that email me will get a free reading. There are limitations on this reading, of course, so please email me for more information. Typically, it's one area of your life, and the reading is a max of 30 minutes. I'm doing this just to build some clientele, and I know it's really hard to, just find a tarot reader online and just pay them because we all read differently, we all connect with different people differently. So this is kind of a way to see if we connect, and I connect with your energy, and you like my style of reading, and it resonates for you individually. So first 10 will be free. This starts May 1st. First come, first serve. I do not do telephone or Skype readings at this time just because of my schedule. Typically, you will send me a photo. You will send me what you need to know, your birthday, and I will send you a recording back. So yeah, email me if you're interested. I don't know, if this works out well, I'll do it a few more times uh, given my schedule. So just yes, keep checking the website, and I will let you know about that. And before I begin with the readings, I just wanted to say that the readings I'm going to be doing are based on love. Um, Sometimes I do generals, but I seem to like to do love readings better, and I seem to get better responses to love readings. So these are for people who have questions about love, who are confused in love, or having problems, or are wondering about a person or a dynamic. So if you are happy in your relationship, this reading is not for you. I mean, there could be some takeaways from it for you, but overall, this is for people who are needing guidance. So it is not going to resonate with everyone. And let's begin. So Scorpio, the reading I did was kind of like where your relationship is, where you are in it, and where your partner is it, and then some advice. Where I see your relationship, it almost looks like you are in like a friendship zone almost with this person, because what I'm seeing is that there's no emotional connection. There might have even been, I think there has been a rejection or a separation of some sort, but you're still communicating. Communication's still open. But I almost feel like it's probably you, Scorpio. Again, it could be vice versa. Any of what I'm saying can be vice versa. But I feel like you almost feel like a sense of duty or responsibility to this person. And so that's why you're kind of sticking around in their life, maybe being a friend to them, maybe just checking in on them, maybe, I don't know what the specifics are, but the communication is still there. There's still some form of relationship, but there's no love. And I think that there's been a separation, or at the least painful conversation between you two. The way you are showing up in this relationship, I think that you don't want to create with this person anymore. I think you feel like there is something missing, and I think that it has become a burden on you. And some of you have dropped that burden, and others of you are still carrying part of it because you may have separated from this person, but you are still communicating with this person. For some of you, you are still in this relationship, but it's not a loving relationship. It's like you're friends. And so there's that burden there. For some of you too, with that magician in reverse, there could be some manipulation going on, but I didn't get a lot of that. And Scorpios, to generalize, Scorpios can be manipulative. I've known a few. I know we all can be manipulative, so please don't take that the wrong way. But it can be a manipulative energy or twisting your words somehow. But more than anything, I think that you know something's lacking in this relationship, and you are just kind of not feeling it. And I think it's because I think communication might be a really big problem in this relationship. There may be a distance, so you might not even live in the same state, country, area, and so the distance might be adding on to that burden of like, okay, I don't even have deep love for this person anymore. We're at a distance now. We can't communicate, and so it's just one thing over, on top of the other. Your partner, your partner in the relationship is the Tower. So this could be your ex-partner too if you just separated, or just the person you have in mind. And again, it could be vice versa. You could be this person, and the other person could be the magician in reverse. But anywho, the tower tells me that this person, one of the, I think it's your partner, has had quite a wake up call when it comes to the relationship with you. And the tower was clarified with death. So that tells me that like something suddenly changed in this relationship. It could have been literally a sudden ending. You separated from this person, or it just could have been something suddenly disruptive to the relationship, and the relationship will never go back to the same. Like something happened that was big. And the reason it happened was because there was something that wasn't real or solid or sustainable, and so it had to be disrupted. The universe kind of came in, whether the universe encouraged you to disrupt this relationship and separate, or caused a third party, or whatever it did. And so your partner, I think, is in quite a bit of shock, because their world kind of toppled over. I think emotionally they're just like, whoa, what happened here? For some of you, there is a third party. Whether you did it or they did it, I don't know who. Something came out there. Now, your advice with this person, you have the Six of Wands in reverse with the Six of Pentacles, and I got a few messages here. So, right away, the biggest advice that jumped out to me was you need to accept failure here. I don't know if you're one of those people that maybe you've been with this person for a long time, or maybe this is your second marriage or whatever, and like you are beating yourself up about it not working, like not doing enough, not giving enough, because it takes two to make a relationship work, it takes two to make it not work. And so you need to just accept maybe where you failed in this relationship, or what you didn't give it that you should have, or what you had, and we can only do the best we can do with, like, we do the best we can with what we have, right? And that's not to minimize our participation in relationship problems, but it's to just be compassionate with ourselves and accept that like you had a lesson to learn with this person, and if it didn't work out, you just need to kind of not blame yourself. This is going the way it's supposed to go. And I think for some of you, maybe you were very guarded in this relationship. Maybe you weren't very vulnerable and open. And as a result, that reflected in your partner, and it just kind of ricocheted off each other. And you didn't, there was no deep intimacy built. That could have been it too. But another message with these pentacles that are coming through, yes, that could be about the exchange of energy. Maybe you didn't give this person enough energy. And so your advice is to just take the lesson, right? Take the lesson and, accept the loss here, accept the failure, which failure sounds like a harsh word, but, and then some of you got to watch your money. And the reason I say that is because there's some money issues on your partner's side too. So if you live together, if you're married, if there's assets involved, you might have to accept that you're going to have to let go of some of your assets. You might have to give more than you want. And as advice, this is kind of saying, it might get a little bit heavier before it gets better. It might get worse before it gets better, kind of thing, because you have to deal with all this. I didn't see justice or any of those legal energies, but this is a general read. But that, again, you have to accept failure in that sense, or accept kind of a, maybe you're really good with your money, or you have a lot of it, and you're going to have to accept that. That's the best way I can put it. Now, your partner, their advice was the Five of Pentacles. So I think your partner is feeling left out in the cold. I think they're feeling, and either because you left them, or they did something that caused you to leave them, or there was a third party. I guess the reasoning can be, varying, but the advice here with this Five of Pentacles is, yes, maybe this is a time where you are experiencing loss, but their advice is that there is help around them if they are willing to look and ask, and when I clarify it, I almost feel like your partner, there's someone in your partner's life, it could be male or female, it's a general read, that would be, really good to talk to and reach out to if they needed to. For in some cases, this is that they need to seek out a therapist, because the King of Cups could be a therapist. Um, and for some, and because it's a general, I try to say as much as I'm seeing. For some, it's because you withheld your emotions from them. And that's when I kind of wanted to know more. And I got this Ace of Wands with the Three Cups in reverse. And I thought, okay, for some of you, they feel left out in the cold because there was someone else. Like this card, it can often indicate infidelity. And this can indicate someone who's not opening up with their emotions, right? Someone didn't let them in. But as advice, if I want to just stick to that, they need to seek out some emotional guidance, because I think they're struggling a bit, and I'm not saying this to make you feel bad, but we can't fix people, and we all have to kind of be our own best friends. Like we need to be. If we can't, then that's when we run into some problems. But your advice card. So which one should I do first? I don't know. Can you see these two? Yeah, you can. Okay, so you got follow your heart and purification. So follow your heart is pretty self-explanatory. It's about following your feelings. And what I'm seeing is there's not a lot of emotion with this relationship. Um, there's either no emotional feelings, you're not in love with this person anymore, or you never felt safe enough to open your emotions with this person. Either way, there's no emotion here. I'm not seeing that connection. For those of you that are resonating. And follow your heart just says that you can trust your heart's desire. And even if you can't clearly see where this is going or where you're going to end up, you need to kind of trust and walk in faith and be true to yourself. And just know that the universe, always has your back. You already know what you need to do. You need to trust your intuition, and your feelings are accurate and valid. And so you just need to trust, because you're going to create your own happiness by following your heart ultimately, right? And then purification talks about it, that can be literally like detoxing, like diet, juice cleanse. It can be if you smoke or drink, it can be definitely getting those things out. And often we need to do that when we're going through tough times in relationships, because they drain us energetically. And the last thing we need to do is be putting in drugs and other toxins into our body that is just not going to help us. So if you're one of those Scorpios who turns to drink, weed, booze to cure, it's not going to help you at this time. You need to kind of go cold. You need to do this on your own. It's going to be easier is what I'm saying. In terms of the relationship, this was like your love advice in just general. So apply it where it needs to apply. But the situation needs purifying. So your motives, your intentions, what are they about? Are they about fear or competition? Does your body and your diet need to be purified? Do your belief systems, do your support, the people around you, who needs to leave, what needs to leave? And then leaving situations that are out of integrity with your true beliefs. So I think that's really a big message here too, because where's my wand? Where did I put it? The relationship is still showing that there's some aspect of maybe a friendship or communication, or you're just kind of not fully gone yet. And I don't know why you're still there, right? And maybe for some of you there, you have kids or something, I don't know, but for some of you, it's like you're staying there because you feel you have to. And that's out of alignment with your integrity. That's out of alignment with your truest desires. And, you doing that because you feel bad for this other person is not helping you or the other person, right? So I don't know if that's a message for one of you out there. But your final message was the Unfinished Symphony card. It's number 10 in reverse from the Wisdom Oracle deck. And this card, so it is in reverse, so that means you are getting extra protection. And, when unfinished business comes up in reverse, it's kind of casting a shadow over your life. It's a reminder that procrastination is a form of self-sabotage. It is not in your best interest to stall. Even stumbling forward is better than holding back. Do not overthink or let yourself get distracted. Just tie up any loose ends and deliver the results. So that was kind of interesting. So I don't know if some of you are lingering, something needs to be completed, and I have a feeling it's you're hanging on to something with this person. So that is what I have for you guys. Oh yay, the readings are good. I'm trying to make them shorter, so I'm glad that they're shorter. I hope that that resonated. And yes, starting, well, I check my emails all the time, and it is first come, first serve, but I won't be actually starting the free readings until May 1st. So hopefully I get to connect with some of you. So I hope that this reading was helpful, and I will check in with you guys in June.